Hi, I'm Reverend Tom Kearns, and welcome to 333 Magic 9, where the tarot cards and the astrology stars come together to help you. Now, 2022 will be a different year than 2021, but there still are some critical days that you need to know about because they can affect your love, your money, and your career. So let's take a closer look at some of the important days in 2022. I hope you will like this video and also press the little bell for notifications when my new videos come out. The tarot card for the first quarter is the Death card, which represents death and the possibility of resurrection. The tarot card for the second quarter is the Magician, which represents spiritual power being used on the earth plane for creation. The tarot card for the third quarter is the Seven of Cups, which represents misrepresentation, confusion, and temptation. The tarot card for the fourth quarter is the Wheel of Fortune, which represents a new cycle with new potential in the spiritual continuity behind the ever-changing world. Cancer, the tarot card for the first quarter and overshadowing the whole year is the Death card. Now, the Death card represents not only death, but the possibility of rebirth and renewal. It can also represent revolution and may be apropos since Pluto, the planet of death and resurrection, will return to the exact degree it was at the birth of the United States of America. Now, this will represent a purging of people who have abused power and beliefs that are false. There is hope for a better future. Now, as we look into the astrology, the year begins with 4 planets in Capricorn in your 7th house of relationships. Since Venus is retrograde and conjunct Pluto, this is the perfect time to reevaluate what you need in both business and personal situations in the coming year. Mercury will go retrograde right here on January 14th, suggesting a need for care with what you say in intimate situations. And Uranus turns direct in your 11th house on the 18th, suggesting you need to redirect your networking to be more effective in life. February begins with a Sun, Moon, and Saturn conjunction. It'll be up here in the 8th house, which may bring a sense of seriousness to intimate and financial situations. New investments need your undivided attention. Mercury and Venus will both help, and because they'll be going direct, and you'll need to listen to people that you trust. Then March will begin with a new moon which will conjunct Jupiter in your 9th house, bringing luck and opportunity through education and people at a distance. And you need to take communication seriously as Saturn and Mercury will be together in the first week of the month. As we look into the card for the second quarter, it is represented by the Magician. Now, this represents the ability to use all the elements, earth, air, fire, water, in the act of creation. So this is a very dynamic energy and suggests that what has been purged will make way for energy that is more constructive and creative. It also suggests there is a spiritual power that is being used on the earth plane, which will coincide with Jupiter moving from Pisces to the sign of Aries. So as we look down into the astrology, April begins as Venus is entering into Pisces and your 9th house of ambition. So that's right up here. And this can be a good influence that can help you plan your future goals. Clear thinking can help you get ahead. And then Jupiter will conjunct Neptune on the 12th, bringing deep understanding and perhaps a dream trip. Ooh, you may get a little bit of a glimpse of your future potential. The new moon will end April and begin May with a powerful boost of energy, and that'll be up in your 11th house of associates. So get out and network for success. But when Mercury goes retrograde on the 10th and Jupiter enters into Aries, people may be confused. So don't be too independent for your own good. This also leads to the total lunar eclipse on the 16th, where hidden passions will demand self-control. So June may settle things down as Mercury will go direct on the 3rd. So take a spiritual time out. And Saturn will go retrograde in your house of shared energy right up here. Not everyone's going to feel the same way you do. But the rest of the month has both Venus and Mercury in Gemini, and that just sort of makes everybody want to talk. But in this case, it's in the 12th house, so it might be good to keep your secrets secret, especially if the secrets have anything to do with love and romance. Woo! As we move into the 3rd quarter, the card is the 7 of Cups. Now this card represents confusion and temptation. In the real world, it can be associated with misinformation or not being able to clearly understand the choices that are right in front of the person. Now the challenge becomes making wise decisions and not being swayed by misinformation or by the emotions. So as we look into the 3rd quarter, July will be a busy month as 4 different planets will make changes. Week 1 has Mars in your 11th house, and this is urging you to network with associates. Mercury in the 1st house suggests you may be a chatty Cathy, so be careful with what you say. The 3rd week, Venus will want you to get out and socialize with friends. And then Mercury will enter into the 2nd house, and that stimulates new ideas that you can use to make money. But be careful, you want to spend it too. So Jupiter will go retrograde on the 28th, so cut back any of your networking or career activities. Now, as we go into August, it shows a similar pattern as Mercury will be moving down into the 3rd house, and on the 4th, making you interested in sharing your ideas, and then Venus will be in the 2nd house and on the 11th, and that wants you to spend money on pleasure. So be a little bit careful, watch your budget. Mars up in your 12th house wants you to control and understand your hidden impulses and your hidden fears. So be careful. The 24th has Uranus going retrograde, and that's right up here in your 11th house, so you have to be careful, especially with new people, new associates that you don't know, and especially if people are being erratic. So when we get to September, things sort of settle down. It gets a little easier as Venus will come down to Earth on the 4th. So take time to talk to your friends. And Mercury will go retrograde in your 4th, suggesting that if there's any repairs you need to take care of at home or any conversations you need to have, be careful with them, but do take care of things that need to be done. As we go into the 4th quarter, the tarot card is the Wheel of Fortune. It depicts the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac, bringing a sense of spiritual continuity that lies behind the ever-changing nature of the world. This is a very positive card and suggests that our fortunes are taking a turn for the better. In fact, you may be feeling that way already. So enjoy the changing cycles of life. Now, as we look down into the Astrology for the fourth quarter. October begins with Mercury going direct in the third house. And this can be very beneficial for learning and communications. So you might want to learn some new technology or new software. Pluto will turn direct in your seventh house on the 8th, bringing changes or adjustments to your relationships. And Saturn will turn direct on the 23rd in your 8th house, bringing new opportunities through investments or through intimate partnerships. Now, November will begin as Mars goes retrograde in your 12th house, so be careful with hidden desires and hidden fears. And a total lunar eclipse on the 8th warns against trusting new people until you know them. Jupiter will go direct on the 23rd up in your 9th house, and this suggests the start of a beneficial cycle that boosts your personal ambitions. And then December will begin with Neptune also going direct in the 9th house, suggesting a really good opportunity to clear up any confusion in your goals or your vision for the future. Venus and Mercury will move into the 7th house of partnerships and relationships, and that'll help in that area of life. But be a little bit careful with communications and travel, as Mercury will go retrograde on the 29th. Hi, I'm Reverend Tom Kearns, and this is my story. If you are a spiritual seeker, it may help you on your journey. I believe your spiritual development is as important as your religion. If you look at Christianity, it focuses on the life of Jesus. But Jesus was never a Christian. He was Jewish. If this thought intrigues you, you'll enjoy my new book, Light from Water, Freeing Jesus. It's available on Amazon.com and through fine bookstores. And it may help you on your spiritual journey. I hope you will like this video and also press the little bell for notifications when my new videos come out. I'd like to thank you for watching. I'd like to thank you for listening. And please subscribe, because these videos are free, and that's a great price. And they can help you in the coming year. So please take a moment to ring the bell so you can be notified for new videos. And if you want some deeper information, go to my website, ProfessorAstrology.com, and you can find ways to get a transit chart or a natal chart so you know more about you. And I hope that you have a very great year.